Viewers, we welcome you once again to today's edition of the news. Here are the top stories of today. State government defends proposal to financially bail out Autonomous District Council as reform base push. Meghalaya Congress seeks disqualification of 4 defected MLAs, filed petition before Assembly Speaker's office. Cabinet Minister Kerman Chilla pitched for stricter punishment against drug peddlers, says youth engagement in sports key to curb drugs. And Meghalaya celebrates National Sports Day, felicitates athletes and distributes checks to beneficiaries under the Yes Meghalaya scheme. The news in detail. The state government has defended its proposal to take over the salaried burden of the autonomous district councils, describing it as a reform-oriented bailout to save the council from financial collapse, not an attempt to erode their autonomy. MDA spokesperson and Cabinet Minister Paul Lyngdoh clarified that the support is voluntary and tied to strict reforms. The Cabinet has formed 3 subcommittees to consult stakeholders before finalizing the framework. According to the government, the move was necessitated by the deteriorating financial health of the council, which has impaired their functioning.
It is a very positive move on the part of the state government because, as you know, a lot of what the ADCs do also depends on the support that the state government gives them. The revenue share from minerals, for instance. So we are interdependent, and in this case, wherever we find that the ADCs are about to reach a point of collapse, we would like to offer them a lifeline, and this is the lifeline that the Cabinet has offered.
The Congress on Thursday petitioned Assembly Speaker Thomas A. Sangma seeking disqualification of 4 defected MLAs, Gabriel Watlang, Charles Marngar, Celestine Lyngdoh and Ronnie V. Lyngdoh. The petition was filed by MPCC Secretary Manuel Batwar and received by Assembly official Andrew Simmons. Congress said defections weaken democracy and demanded immediate action.
But we're fighting this because we believe that the law of the land should prevail. Yeah. So we're filing it, and now since Ronnie, who was the previous petitioner of that case, had left us again, so we thought like it would make sense to refile the entire thing again. So because it's a cascading effect, right? So you have one MLA who left, and second, and third, and fourth. So it makes sense for us to file because we believe that democracy is at risk, and secular whatever practice that they're doing is definitely against the constitution of the country.
Cabinet Minister Kerman Chilla has called for stricter punishment against drugs peddlers. His remarks come amid rising trafficking cases and the state's Dream Mission rollout. He said fighting drugs requires both tough laws and positive engagement of youth. Chilla underlined the need to keep youth engaged in productive activities like sports and employment to deter them from falling into the trap of drugs.
Drug is not something where easy to tackle because drug is something where not only Meghalaya is fighting for against, the whole world are fighting against, which is very difficult even for Meghalaya too. But still, together, nothing is impossible.
MDCs of the VPP, led by A. Andrew Shulai, met the West Jaintia Hills DC over scheduling delays of DSC and MPSC exams. Shulai flags poor functioning of the offices and said exams must avoid overlaps to help qualified youths. Earlier, NGOs also had lodged complaints with no action taken. He said job seekers cannot be left in limbo because of inefficiency.
Iban hiwe klami audisi to awagan niga konflik immediate yang DSC atau MPSC. Senya buromi ini udap MGR di NGOs kuda raise kining issue. Da hadin itu da raise ki issue ngam muda boy wa njok hegi the boy itu ko tarik. Ini ko tarik da handrai mana phone spot jadi spot DC office ong game change ki jaga tarik.
Tourism Minister Paul Lingdor announced that a major beautification project for Kandailat will begin after the monsoon, with funding secured and cooperation from shopkeepers and hawkers. He assured hawkers issues at Jail Road will also be addressed after Police Bazaar relocation. The minister said the makeover will give the city a totally new look.
It's a very massive exercise being planned, and we already have arranged funding, and we look forward to the post-monsoon period when we will actually be able to start work on the ground, and you will see a totally new look Kandailat.
Tourism Minister Paul Lingdor has cautioned tourist taxi associations against demanding restrictions on vehicles from outside the state, warning that such a move could trigger retaliation from Assam and disrupt Meghalayans' access to airports, railways and hospitals. He reminded that a committee headed by Cyril V.D. Dingdor is already addressing the concerns and urged the association to seek solutions through dialogues. Lingdor said the government's policy is to maximize local employment in tourism, citing the Prime Vehicle Scheme, which will soon expand with 100 more vehicles.
Our stand as a government and as the Department of Tourism is very clear. We would like to ensure that tourism benefits local employment to the maximum, which is why we have launched a scheme called Prime Vehicle Scheme.
Revenue and Disaster Management Minister Kerman Shilla stressed the need for proper drainage to counter flash floods and jams after being stranded in Bernihat himself. He said the state will seek inputs from stakeholders and implement drainage wherever feasible. Shilla maintained that only structural solutions can reduce the recurring problem.
Actually, flash flood, yesterday I also traveled from Guwahati towards Meghalaya. In between, we also stuck in the traffic more than 1 hour. So there are some parts where we need a proper drainage because of that flood happened on the road. So that shows we need some kind of drainage. So whether it's feasible or not, what kind of drainage can be done, I don't know exactly. I'm not an expert to mention about this, to comment. But I have a feeling that if we have a proper drainage.
Local NGOs and villagers have demanded a halt to Assam's road expansion in Langpi until and unless the boundary dispute is resolved. The group also met West Khasi Hills Deputy Commissioner to air their grievances. Speaking to reporters after meeting with headman of Mausikar, T. Nonglang said they will not allow any further development works initiated by Assam within the village and oppose it tooth and nail.
Naga dorbasno jongi ngila don naga resolution ba ya kanaga kam warlangi ya kendo siru la kalong kumno ya kini ki development jong ka Assam ninam sa su nang ne sikmar orchid hordang ninam sa mamar ba ka jingle jong ki kila panpau ya ki ben breu bat kawide kim khen breu yangi te na kata kata ngirungen
Cabinet Minister Kerman Shilla said monsoon rains have hampered ongoing work of National Highway 6 and public impatience adds to the challenge. According to Shilla, the contractors are facing difficulties because of the rain and people don't give much time to complete the work. The condition of NH6 has been under the scanner of Meghalaya High Court, which has been monitoring the progress of repairs.
When it comes to the traveler, it is a concern for all of us. It's really difficult for them. But I cannot blame also even the contractor because as of now we have seen in East Chaitya Hills, most of the road are cemented. They need to do this cement topping. So by doing that, it takes time to get dry to heal.
The KSU West Khasi Hills unit has lodged complaint regarding the massive traffic congestion at Maulangren. caused by a fishing competition held recently at Maulangren in West Khasi Hills district. According to the group, such events cause a lot of inconvenience of the public and urge the authorities to regulate such gatherings in the future. The FKJGP Southwest Khasi Hills has sought a clarification from the Deputy Commissioner about the pending construction of the Block Institute of Education and Training at Sakwang Village, 5 kilometers from Maukarwat. According to the group, work has stalled for the past 8 years now. FKJGP leader Kenneth Nonglat urged upon the Education Department to take this issue seriously so that this building, where only about 10% of the work has been done, can be completed for the benefits of the teachers in Southwest Khasi Hills district.
Ia kena jingtei kaba laptei naduk Islam ke mensuai kena Block Institute of Education and Training. Kabang ilia yok bani kendu UDC kalong bang ipan jing syai beri ia dei bagi kena jingtei nomor lak su I kongreng kum ni kaba haduk mentam lak ban pendem. Tena kali yang jong aseng hadin bang ilia kendu UDC jubah khmat jongi ba ngampat don jingtip AA habi ia dei bagani. Hari wak kularu khmat jongi bangan simkhia.
National Sports Day, observed every year on August 29 to commemorate the birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand, born in 1905, was celebrated across the state on Friday with various programs and felicitation. In Shillong, a special program was held at the State Convention Centre. 6 para-athletes were felicitated alongside gold medal winners from a wide range of disciplines, and checks were distributed to beneficiaries under the Yes Meghalaya scheme. Speaking to reporters after the program, Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Shakliar Wajri expressed happiness that para-athletes were given special recognition. Meanwhile, in Tura, to mark National Sports Day, a 10-kilometer marathon for men and women was organized by the District Sports Officer, Southwest Garo Hills, with the indoor stadium serving as both the starting and finishing point.
Whenever I'm, saying on my speeches, that I do believe that not only me, but even the associations, even the athletes of our state, the sports lovers of our states, can vouch for that since 2018, and especially in these 2.5 years, that the sports department has grown a lot in our state.
And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 24 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 82%. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 24 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 84%. Rainfall 18 millimeter. Meanwhile, in Juwai, minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 24 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 82%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juwai says that moderate rain and thunder shower is likely to occur at most places. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the headlines once again. State government defends proposal to financially bail out autonomous district council as reform-based push. Meghalaya Congress seeks disqualification of 4 defected MLAs, files petition before Assembly Speaker's office. Cabinet Minister Kerman Shalla pitched for stricter punishment against drugs peddlers, says youth engagement is sports key to curb drugs. And Meghalaya celebrates National Sports Day, felicitate athletes and distributes checks to beneficiaries under the Yes Meghalaya scheme. Well, viewers, that's all we have in today's edition of the news. Do join us again tomorrow with more updates. Have yourself a good night.
जिन्होंने कुछ भी अच्छा किया है उसको हमेशा के लिए राज्य के और देश के युवाओं को जानकारी के लिए उपस्थित करना चाहिए और वो काम डॉक्टर हेमंत विश्व शर्मा और भारतीय जनता